there are certain signs and symptoms that happen within our body, within our nervous system, that stop us from closing the knowing doing gap, that stop us from achieving our goals, whether there are mini goals for the day ahead, or maybe there are your big audacious goals, your vision for this year and beyond. The body, or the cybernetic mechanism within our subconscious mind, will stop us from doing what needs to be done, and it does it through certain symptoms. And today I'm going to be talking about those symptoms. I'm going to give you live examples so that when you know these symptoms, it puts you in a very powerful place to overcome them. Welcome back. It's day 10 of this mindset series that's going to go for 30 days. And I'm all about helping you have your best year yet by showing you exactly how to harness the power of your mind, or master your mind so you can master your life. But before I get going, if you're new to my channel, welcome back. Tanya Pluckrose here. I'm all about helping you, especially business owners. That's who I work with. But you're more than welcome to be here. I'm all about helping you master your mind so you can master your life. And if this is resonating with you, then please consider subscribing, sharing, and put your bell icon on so that when I make the videos and release them, you are instantly you are instantly advised. All right, let's get going. So what are these signs and symptoms that show up that prevent us from closing that knowing doing gap, which I talked about yesterday? Well, I have discovered that they can show up as the following. Either when you're about to do something you don't want to do, your subconscious mind tries to keep you safe, and it keeps you safe with symptoms such as, I feel nauseous, I feel sick, I want to throw up, especially if you're doing something that is unknown. And a good example of this, for this one symptom, was when I was relocating back to Australia after living in the States for more than 10 years. I did this all last year within 9 months. And I didn't just transport myself and all my personal belongings. I bought my 2 Siamese cats. I immigrated my 2 Siamese cats to a rabies-free country. And there was a lot of hoops I had to jump through, a lot of paperwork, as well as a lot of vet visits to ensure that they were rabies free. And I had to visit a lot, I had to do a lot of vet visits to ensure that they were following the policies and the protocols to make sure they were rabies free to enter the country. And I'm going to tell you, my nervous system, all hell broke loose. I discovered that my programming, or my paradigm, tried to sabotage me at every turn, and I'd have to take the cats regularly to the vets, and it would be more harder on me than them. And I would notice the day before, I'd start to feel very anxious, and I'd feel kind of sick. And then on the morning of, I'd get dressed up, and I really spent a lot of time in the bathroom. I really almost felt like I was going to throw up. I just felt so off in my stomach. I couldn't eat in any way. I couldn't touch food. And the vet visit may be at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, but I just didn't have an appetite. And then I would put them in the cages. Poor Sydney, he's got PTSD now. Every time I get dressed up, he thinks he's going to the vet, and under he goes, underneath the bed. He scoots underneath the bed. Even though we're living in a beautiful apartment now, we are all home. We are all safe. But he still reacts instead of responds. And so I would then put them in their cages and drive them to a vet. And it'd be often on the other side of Vegas. So I'd have to do at least 40 minutes in traffic depending on the time of the day. And I would be sick all the way there, and I just want to stop the car and throw up. But I couldn't, because I had two yelling Siamese in the back. And so I became aware of how my nervous system was in disarray, and the symptom that was produced because I was doing the unknown. I was actually going against the cybernetic mechanism where my nervous system was set. And each and every one of us have within our nervous system a calibration of it being set at a certain set point. But if you and I want to go above the set point, the nervous system goes in disarray. So this is what happened to me. For my clients, some other symptoms have shown up. When I give suggestions to my clients to either take action on their goal, right? So it may be an income producing activity, like go and make a post on social media or possibly give a talk. They too experience incredible symptoms. I know one of my clients would often suddenly feel very tired and want to go and sleep all day, especially when she was reprogramming her subconscious mind with new ideas to do with her self-image and her goal, and planting these into her subconscious mind. She'd want to sleep all day. She'd wake up and would barely get up and go back to bed. And this was a symptom that her subconscious mind was creating to prevent her from moving forward, because it felt so foreign and uncomfortable. But eventually she got over that. I mean, these are just some of the symptoms, and I'm going to tell you how to get over them in a minute. Another symptom that another of my clients was that she would get headaches. She would get headaches all the time. And she'd never had a headache in her life. Well, one that couldn't be solved with some medication, but she was getting these constant headaches as she was doing this work. As she was planting new ideas into her subconscious mind, she would have headaches. Another symptom I've had my clients incur is that they have started to overeat. I mean, the fridge becomes their best friend, where they are anesthetizing these feelings that are coming up because they are planting new ideas inside their subconscious mind and taking action, and the body is in disarray. These feelings are so big and they're so loud and they're so uncomfortable because you are changing your current state. You are moving up into sitting on a different frequency. Okay, so think about it. Your current programming, your paradigm right now, including your self-image, sits on a certain frequency. But as you plant in new ideas, which is your big goal that you've set, as well as this new self-image you're putting in, you've written it out. Now, I highly recommend that you get those ideas inside your subconscious mind. Then you are in a chaotic state with your current vibration. It's all in a chaotic state. All hell has broken loose. You're not sitting on the usual frequency anymore. You are now elevating, and as you elevate, you are not stable as you're elevating to sit on another frequency, and so you're going up and down with your vibration, and so all hell breaks loose within the body as well as on the outside as you are expanding and growing. And so these symptoms show up in our bodies, right? Physical symptoms, real physical symptoms that look like they are the fact. But the funny thing is, the moment I would drive back from the vet and I put the cats back in our family home, I would feel relief. I would have my appetite back. I wouldn't feel sick anymore, which meant that that my body was trying to keep me safe. It's amazing what happened. Another one of my clients who wanted to sleep all day, when I gave her an understanding of what was going on, she was able to get on with her day. Even though she felt tired, she moved through it by giving herself, by disciplining herself. And discipline is the ability to give yourself a command and follow through. So she would discipline herself to stay awake. And eventually she could do it all day and she didn't need to think about it. So today I just wanted to hop on and let you know that when you try and close the knowing-doing gap, and that might be doing income producing activity if you're a business owner, it could be maybe you are going to the gym and you're trying to lose the weight and you don't feel like going to the gym because the body is trying to, the subconscious mind is trying to keep you safe with symptoms. But the quickest way to overcome them is to do it anyway. As I would often say to myself, no, I know what's going on. I choose to get uncomfortable for the sake of myself and others. I want my goal. Remember at the beginning I said, are you willing to pay the price? This is the price you have to pay. This is the price where you do it anyway. So even put up signs everywhere in your place of residence. Put up signs, do it anyway. Just do it anyway. All right. Put in the comments below. I want to hear from you. Do it anyway. Reaffirm to yourself that you're going to do it anyway by putting in the comments. And tomorrow, day 11, I'm going to do still a little bit more teachings on your programming, but I'm going to be going a little bit deeper so that you really understand what's going on. And I'm going to give you an exercise tomorrow to support you now to choose one habit you would like to change, and I'll show you how to do it. See you tomorrow.